What's up guys, Houndish here, and today let's round up a bunch of what we know about Season 15 for Destiny 2. It's early days since we do have a month or so left of Season of the Splicer, but we do have a bunch of changes already known for Season 15, some of which are looking pretty exciting, and so if you want a roundup of more technical changes coming to weapons, new weapon types and sandbox tuning, as well as adjustments to playlists, vendors, ranking systems, plus wider quality of life improvements, we've got plenty of that to touch on in the video. And so if you guys enjoy this one, a rating really does help us out down below. Also, check out my friends at Now Drinks who have a brand new flavour, Watermelon Splash. It's pretty tasty and you can save 20% on orders in the store with code HOUNDISH20. So the link for that is down below if you want to check it out. First up, we should discuss Bungie's upcoming showcase for the future of Destiny 2. They've teased the image on screen, revealing a showcase for what appears to be Witch Queen, or potentially an icon for Season 15 itself. Importantly though, this reveal will come on August 24th, which is also the start date for Season 15. And so it makes sense that they will be looking at content that we're going to get both in Season 15, but probably with more focus on the expansion itself. And of course they did this last year with Arrivals and Beyond Light, so it's very likely that the narrative link between Season 15 and the expansion is going to be pretty significant. And so they're joining the launch and the reveal together, no doubt making for a pretty exciting and busy day. And by then we'll know the theme and content for the new season. But otherwise right here, let's get into the gameplay changes we're going to see. And so in terms of quality of life for playlists, vendors, and ranking systems, Bungie have said that they're going to reveal news on quality of life improvements regarding the Strike playlists, as well as changes coming to the way that we'll gild the Conqueror title, plus changes for Zavala and his vendor rewards. And specifically for Zavala, they had indicated previously that the ranking systems we see for things like Gambit and the Crucible is something that they're targeting for the Vanguard stuff as well. And progression for Zavala should be more similar to what we have for the Crucible. But in relation to the Vanguard stuff, Bungie said that in Season 15, Vanguard rewards will be updated, nullifying the need for Vanguard tokens. So players should turn in the Vanguard tokens to Zavala to receive rewards before they expire. And so it's totally worth doing that. Bear in mind, the tokens are either going to be completely removed from the game, or we won't actually be able to turn them into Zavala. So we may as well make the most of them now, get them turned in, and as a minimum that should result in some materials in exchange. But otherwise in terms of Gambit, DMG had said that they have opportunity for some minor changes in Season 15, and they're planning deeper improvements to the gameplay for a later season. However, Season 15 will include various reputation system tweaks, and they specifically note the discrepancies between Valor and Infamy, and improving how quickly we can rank up through the Gambit stuff. Next though, let's talk about new weapons, and Bungie had said previously that Stasis will continue to evolve into a fully supported damage type. So, in Season 15, the plan is to introduce the first round of legendary Stasis energy and power weapons. And so Stasis weapons will finally make it into the game, at least for the legendary archetypes. And so it'll be pretty interesting to see which new weapons they put that element onto, but also to see exactly how the element operates and what kind of effects it's going to have. And so give us your speculation about how those weapons could perform down below. But also in terms of Stasis, it's possible we'll see some additional tuning for the subclasses. We did have the majority of changes planned for the next season brought forward to this season, so we'll have to see if they follow up on that, but they have said that in the next season, they're planning to deliver another balance patch focused on updates to the light subclasses, while continuing to iterate on Stasis. They'd also said that they're going to be focusing on the underutilized specializations, and that suggests that some of the less used light subclass trees right now are going to get a bit of love starting on August 24th. And give us any thoughts you have down below, or preferences for which subclass trees you'd like to see adjusted. But now moving on to some other elements for the season, the full launch of Crossplay is going to happen in Season 15 too. And so all of the platforms PC, PS4, and Xbox are going to be able to crossplay with each other, and they've done some of the prep work behind the scenes for that early this season. So it's certainly going to be interesting to see how that rollout goes, and let us know if it's a change you're excited for. We should also mention though, for the moment, it looks like Season 15 will see the power cap increased for 10, as that was their plan moving forward. Moving on to speak about trials and competitive changes a little bit. Bungie said a while back that in Season 15, they'll be addressing 3-peaking in trials and competitive, and so emotes are going to be disabled, and players are going to be unable to pull out any third-person weapon that doesn't currently have ammo. And so that's going to be coming up soon as well, and it's possible there'll be other elements of that change, which they'll reveal in the next few weeks. Some of the stuff that Bungie were targeting more specifically for trials, and they stated that the hope is to release these changes before the end of this year, and that means it's possible that they won't be shipped effect at the start of Season 15, but assuming we don't get some other content drop between Season 15 and the expansion in 2022, these changes are likely to technically be happening inside of Season 15, and they're working to improve the overall health of the Trials matchmaking pool, both by incentivizing wider audiences to engage and better defining separation of skill tiers. They're looking to rebuild the Trials reward structure so that it encourages more players to stick to their active cards longer, and they want to build a reward structure that continually pushes higher skill players to want to progress deeper into their card even after a loss, which will hopefully make 3 to 5 wins a more achievable goal for more players. But additionally, they're looking to investigate opportunities for solo players to participate in Trials regularly, and that's a pretty interesting one, but that was a bundle of changes that they spoke about targeting before the end of 2021. And so hopefully we'll get some of them towards the start of Season 15. And then finally, for the moment, the last set of changes that we really know about are for weapons. And so for fusion rifles, they say they're planning on a large rework of fusion rifles, changes to their perks and mods, and custom tuning to most exotic fusion rifles in the game, including Vex Mythoclast. And so we should see changes for essentially everything in that archetype. They also say they're planning to reduce the amount of special ammo available in certain types of content, which I'd imagine is something they're primarily thinking about for PvP. But Anarchy is also going to get its nerf at the start of Season 15, and they say they're making changes that make it great at a couple of roles rather than being the jack of all grenade launchers. And so that's definitely going to result in some kind of a nerf, but they're looking at exotic primaries and want to give players more reasons to use exotic primary weapons in high-end PvE content, and so they have changes coming to help with this in Season 15. Possible they could be applying things like champion mods, looking at how catalysts perform, as well as all-out buffs. But also, they have a small change planned that specifically touches on priming and cleaning up targets with breach grenade launchers. Hand cannons and scout rifles in PvE are going to get some love, so players have wanted these weapons to be a bit more efficient in PvE for some time, and we found that minor enemies in high-end content take too many shots to kill with these weapons. And so it's going to increase the appeal of those archetypes in the more difficult content like raids, grandmasters, and so on. And then for machine guns in PvE, Bungie say they feel they're not doing their intended job well enough, so we're planning a noticeable change for Season 15. And so kind of a mixed bag of changes that they've discussed right there, and in terms of more specific numbers, we will have to wait until we start getting patch notes or patch note previews. But it gives us an idea of some of the major beats that we're going to see as part of the weapon tuning for that season. So guys, for today, that is what we have to round up inside of this video. Let us know your thoughts on the upcoming reveal, potential changes to playlists, vendors, and ranking systems, as well as a bunch of that sandbox stuff. There are certainly going to be a few interesting things going on, but if you guys have enjoyed the video, a rating down below really does help us out as well. And feel free to hit that subscribe button. I will be keeping you posted with all of the reveals, the new information for the seasons, as well as the content itself right here on the channel. But otherwise, thank you as always for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.